Namaskaram and a very good morning. Today we are having an important discussion about how you can clear CA final Group 1 in 100 days with 100% assurance. Okay? This is exactly the context of discussion. Now we have Govind who have already joined us. It's been 10 days. He is preparing for audit currently. And we have also have Arju who is looking forward to join us. So this discussion will help you to prepare your own plan for Group 1. Now, here, let's look at the scope of the assignment. We have three papers. So, I'm directly starting with the core numbers. Now, if you look at something like financial reporting, it has a combination of practical sums plus theory. Now, AFM compared to FR, it's more arithmetic. You have to go through it. Because that is the reason why you have only one module for AFM and then FR is expansive. Now, audit is a practical subject, but to differentiate, we are calling it theory. Okay. So if you look at the nature, audit has only theory, no numbers. Audit has no numbers. AFM has numbers, very little theory. Now FR has both. So the skill which is required for someone to master FR is a culmination of this skill and this skill, but neither way, not as deep. Theory, only little. Numbers, only little. AFM is very technical. FR is format based. AFM is formula based. FR is format based. Okay. Now, for someone to get good scores in audit, you need to master structured thinking. You have to think in a very structured way, otherwise, you may not be able to get good scores. So, given this scenario, irrespective of your interest, we are trying to find a sweet spot in terms of what are the right scores. Okay. So, for this, you can use the existing average mark sheet. So here we have compiled the marks of our previous students. Now, if you look at something like FR, clearly the average in the higher side of 60. Here it is also closer to 60. So we can look at a benchmark 60, 50, 40, which can go to 45, which can go to 55. Okay, so this way 150 to 160 is what we're targeting. If you're aiming at 250, 280, all that motivation bullshit targets, you won't go there. It's like if you want to go to Mumbai, you can't book a ticket to Pune. Book it to Mumbai, that's it. So we want 150, 160. We're looking at this way because we're building it so constructively. If you do it well, it will automatically shoot. So keep the base here. The target has to go up, not this target, it has to come down. It's a very opposite approach. Okay, this is how we are going to work upon. So once we freeze this, let's say 60 marks in FR, 50 marks in AFM, or 40 in audit, or we can switch this 50 in FR and 60 in AFM, depending on how you actually perform, irrespective of what is your interest. Okay, this is one. So let's start with the biggest problem. More than 80% of students who fail in Group 1 fail because of audit. Okay, so if you look at audit, there are 2-3 formats. Now we have 3 modules like this, which you have to cover in November, which is a bit complicated. So that is the reason why. Now, in terms of audit, the strategy is simple. Score 20 in MCQs, 25 in disciplines. So 20 by 30, 25 by 70. Now, do you think this is possible? Can I score 25 by 70? Doable. Now, 20 by 30 looks a bit of a stretch. So this, we do it with a series of techniques called index mapping exercise. And we already built a consolidated summary. So the summary looks like this. So only if you do this, go through this, you'll be able to score almost 24 marks. Only from this. We tested it already. So this is the only source from which you can pick up all your MCQs. And in fact, if you read only this, you can still get 45. Even without, because this is compiled and prepared from all the institute modules together with a lot of thought. So that way, one single file will get you 45. Now to get this, we need let's say 15 days. And then remaining 50 days, revision plus writing. That's it. So 45 in 15 days can happen. Or let's take 1 month altogether for audit. So we believe that you can score 45 in 30 days. Yes. So audit is sorted. Okay, 45 marks in 30 days. Done. So let's say July, we're not doing it technically for 30 days, but in your mind to simplify. Audit is done in 30 days. July audit is done. Next, let's move to AFM. Now, if you look at AFM, we once again summarize the whole of AFM into the simple segments. So, AFM, the game is simple. We have 15 chapters. There are 3 blocks of chapters which will give you 30 marks each. 30 into 3. There are 2 blocks of chapters which will give you 20 marks each. So 30 into 3 will give you roughly 90 marks. The remaining, the question paper comes to almost 114 marks. So the remaining part, it's a range. It can't have a specific number. So that way, sometimes this will come, that will come. So overall, we plan it only for 90 marks, normal. So 90 marks if you have to prepare. So if you look at a segment like this, financial policy, risk management, advanced capital budget decisions. These are the smaller chapters. These 3 together can give you 20 marks. Similarly, the last chapter, startup finance, mergers and acquisition, business valuation, these 3 together can come for 20 marks. So either way, we want you to prepare in blocks, not individual chapters, because individual chapters might come or may not. So you prepare in blocks. Let's say there is one more block. Now, interest rate risk management, international financial management, for forex exposure. So these 3 chapters can give you 25 to 30 marks. But if you are good at these 3 chapters, securitization, mutual funds, and derivatives, you focus more on that. The danger is when you focus only on a specific chapter. Because ICS given weightage for blocks, not for chapters. They never give weightage for individual chapters. So we only follow the blocks. Even if you know 2 chapters and 1 chapter you don't know, still we look at a block as a whole, not chapter individually. That way we are removing the risk. So in just 15 days, you will be able to complete 70 plus marks. So when I say 70 plus marks, you can look at it right away. Security analysis, security valuation, portfolio management. These 3 will give you almost 20 marks. And securitization, mutual fund derivatives, another 20 marks, 40 marks. And you pick up this or this segment, even leaving out entire forex and all of that, still you will be able to attempt for 60, 70 marks. Now, how do we execute the theory, the questions which will come for theory questions can be directly picked up from this. The formula here, there's one more file where we have handwritten formula also. When you use this, it's very clear. And every single day you'll be writing a test. After 1 week of preparation, you'll be writing a test every single day. Let's say day 1 is for 10 marks. That's fine. Next 15, 20. By 4th test, you'll be scoring 25 to 30, straightforward. And MGQs will follow a separate track. So if you follow this, are you confident of crossing 50 in AFM? This is the earliest. Let's say July is audit. August is AFM. We'll break it down. We'll bring it down to 10 days in different cycles, but in terms of the fundamental time distribution, this is done. And then similarly for FR. FR, it takes longer time. So here we have 4 modules. Now each module will give you average of 25 marks, but in reality, 4th module is most important. It itself will give you 35 marks, followed by 3rd module. 2nd module has India's and assets and liabilities. So first module has the least weightage. So we'll do one big module and one small one. Generally 4th module if you do plus first module, then itself you can cover 50 plus marks. Or 2 and 3 can give you 50 plus marks. So depending on your comfort, we'll do one of the modules and we'll try to master 2 modules, and 2 modules we'll do in Q&A format or something where you can safely score 40 or 50. So this way, in 3-month cycle, you'll be able to comfortably cross 150. Now this is there in your mind. Now what do we actually do? We don't even take 3 months. All of this will do shorter cycles. 3 months 150 is possible, but in 1 month we'll try to cross 120. Because the first month when we get started, we'll drive it like a flight. Very intensive, straightforward, and then you don't have to think about anything else. Everything is very programmed and straightforward. So in the first month itself, we will be able to pass 120. The remaining is bonus time. So we'll master it further. There is a good score of scoring exams also. So this is the base level. And the incentive, why should you do this and all of that? What you're doing is you're building a path to $1 million career, starting with 10 lakhs within the next 1 year. It's not like a boring assignment which you study and sit and study idly. At final level, you're professionals. So look at it like a highly remunerative assignment, very important assignment. Short term, 1 year you make 10 lakhs. Long term, 10 years you make 10 crore. So if you are building an assignment like that, the kind of intensity you bring in, that will solve a lot of problems. Once you come with that intensity, we'll add all of these techniques. These techniques will help you improve the efficiency. And you see all the case studies. When I say case study, what is the problem? How did we solve it? So when you look at multiple case studies, now in this case, 3 case studies are clearly in front of you. So most of the problems which you have will be resolved using this case studies itself. So we'll say this is the problem we had. This is how we solved it. We also, like Teja was here yesterday. Now he had a certain set of issues in his preparation. Now he will be here to sort it out. So that way, we make sure everything is happening seamlessly. And once you start the process, you'll emerge out as a CEO. So this is exactly the simplest way of looking at it. And over and above this, we'll be giving you micro schedules. So it's like a study temple. Once you're inside, you'll be stabilized, and we'll make sure the output happens. Okay. So Govind, you have earlier mentioned three things which you experienced. Can I repeat it for him? What are the three things which you experienced in the last 10 days? So that will conclude the conversation.
The three things. First is of setting up the targets, right targets. Before joining this, I am not able to set the targets. The way the subject should be picked up. What is the scoring? If you are not scoring and you are giving more time to this is not right. First thing is setting the targets. Second is increase in productivity. There are targets you have to achieve it at the day end. The second is increasing the productivity. Third thing is concentration. We are more of distractions, but you have get the targets. You have to achieve it. Other things will not come in your mind. The only one thing is you have to achieve it. And third thing is our distractions is very less here. The three things as I will.
So set the targets, improve the productivity, remove the distractions, and that's
Yes.
it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you guys. Hope this helps you to understand the perspective of group one. We'll do the follow-up session for that.